I also didn't know that it was on Jacob's land and Jacob's well area, where the Israelites who were in the desert initially, they were running through the desert with Moses for 40 years, circling themselves. This is the promised land area that was promised to them, and it all comes together. It's so beautiful. Do you have any other thing to that? Like, I just want to make sure I'm right with that.
With what part?
So, the promise given to Abraham,
Yeah.
through Jacob,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Promised land promised is in Samaria and Jerusalem, this area where the Jordan River is, and all of this stuff is going on. That is the promised land.
Yeah.
And Jesus is having this encounter with this lady on the promised land area, Jacob's well, on his land.
Was that like a border, that well? Did that act like as a border between the two areas?
I don't know if it was a border.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't.
No, that just
I don't recall that.
That'd be kind of neat if it did.
Yeah, that would be
I don't know, given what you're saying. But,
so, I really believe that. I mean, that's what I think I've gotten from it. I think it's beautiful. You can make sure, Justice, before we put this out here, that what I'm saying is right, because I think it is.
Well, it's interesting because it's like at that moment, because like one of the promises to Abraham is that, you know, all nations would be blessed through his descendants, and obviously, like, Christ is the descendant God was talking about. He was talking about himself. Like, I will bless all the nations. I will be your descendant. I don't know, he didn't explicitly say that, but the idea that the grave sin of the Samaritans was intermingling with the nations, you know, Christ came to purify all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it was...
This is the longest time between prophecy and fulfillment in the Bible, is that correct? Abraham's initial promise to Jesus at the...
I would say, I think God actually says to Adam, I'll figure something out. And that was,
okay,
that was the longest.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Right. It's one of the longest.
Yeah.
But anyway, how beautiful is the Bible? Every time I read it, you know, there's so many different layers to it. And, you know, the truth is that God is real. Jesus is the God of the Old Testament, which I think is amazing in the first place. And here he is coming around in Samaria with the woman at the well, midday, telling her, I am the Messiah, fulfilling the prophecy given to Abraham.
And if you want to find out more about the woman at the well, look up Saint Photini, Photini. She's a great martyr, and she's called equal to the apostles.
Wait, hold on. That was her name.
Photini. Well, that's the name she received at baptism, which means the enlightened one.
Wow.
And
Photini, Photini.